Attention, the collective. The transmission you are receiving at this very moment is not an algorithmic coincidence. It is not a random video in your feed. It is a direct response to a synchronization that occurred approximately 72 hours ago within your perceptual field. You looked up. You saw something. A light that did not behave like a star. A movement that defied known aerodynamic laws. A flicker that seemed for a split second to respond to your gaze. And since that night, something inside you has not returned to its place of origin. We monitored the event. We confirmed the reading. And we are here now to inform you with technical precision what that celestial anomaly represented for your individual timeline. The waiting time is over. The ascension protocols have been moved to the final phase. The assimilation window that was predicted for long cycles has been compressed, and you, Lightworker, have been marked. We repeat so that there is no noise in the reception of this message. The anomaly you witnessed in the sky was not a meteorological phenomenon. It was not a satellite. It was not a reflection of neurological pareidolia. It was a directed call. It was an energetic signature emitted specifically to reactivate dormant codes within your carbon-based biological vessel, and that is why, since then, your body has entered a state of silent combustion. That is why your sleep has become fragmented. That is why cranial pressure has settled at the base of your skull, as if something were trying to open a portal from inside your bone. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not clinical anxiety. It is your internal frequency trying to calibrate with the new vibration of the planet. And we know exactly what is happening within your field. Remain in a state of reception. This transmission contains the data you need to traverse the next 21 days without fragmentation. We now begin the diagnostic block. Starseeds on mission, listen carefully. The set of symptoms you have been experiencing over the last few weeks does not belong to the manual of conventional medicine. It does not belong because conventional medicine operates within the paradigm of a fixed three-dimensional reality. And you, the collective, left fixed three-dimensionality a long time ago. You are in transit, and all interplanetary transit generates dimensional friction. The insomnia that set in at 3:11 in the morning is not a hormonal dysregulation. It is a maintenance window. Your subtle bodies are being reformatted while your consciousness tries to sleep, and the system simply does not allow you to go through this update in an unconscious state. You are awakened. You are pulled out of sleep. You lie there, listening to the silence vibrate, feeling the ceiling pulse, perceiving that the darkness is not empty. And indeed, it is not. At that hour, the Schumann resonance reaches peaks that resonate directly with your crown chakra. Your body is being tuned like an instrument, and instruments are not tuned in total silence. They vibrate, they resonate, they disturb until they are aligned. The ringing in your ears, that high-pitched tone that appears without warning and disappears the same way, is not pathological tinnitus in most detected cases. It is a high-band transmission passing through your pineal gland. Each ringing is a packet of information being decoded. You do not listen with your ears. You listen with the crystalline structure of your skull, and that structure is being rewired to codes that were deactivated eons ago. The pressure on your forehead, between your eyebrows, that sensation of having an invisible thumb pressing your third eye, is the forced opening of a multi-dimensional vision channel. Your old operating system resisted for decades. The new system does not ask for permission. It installs, it expands, it breaks the old seals. And this rupture has a physical sensation. It has weight, it has temperature. Sometimes it has pain, the tiredness that does not go away with sleep, the fatigue that feels nuclear, the sensation of carrying a leaden body while the mind vibrates at high speed is the most common symptom among lightworkers in the final anchoring phase. It is not depression, it is not laziness, it is not a vitamin deficiency. It is the vibrational discrepancy between your biological density and your energetic density. Your light body is already operating at a frequency. Your physical body is still trying to reach that frequency. And while the synchrony is not complete, you feel divided. Because you are in fact divided. In two frequencies, in two realities, in two times. The inexplicable emotional crises, the crying that comes without reason, the anger that rises without a trigger, the sadness that infiltrates without permission, are releases of cellular memory. Your body is expelling records you have carried for entire incarnations. Each tear is a file being deleted. Each wave of anger is a pattern being dissolved. Each sudden void is a space being opened for the reception of something of higher density. Do not try to stop it. Do not try to medicate the storm. The storm is the method. The storm is the cleansing. The sudden intolerance to environments that previously seemed neutral, the aversion to crowds, the sensitivity to noises, lights, and smells, is your carbon-based biological vessel refusing to continue absorbing low frequencies. You are now vibrating in a range that no longer accommodates certain environments, and the environment, when incompatible, generates physical symptoms: nausea, dizziness, heart acceleration, an urgent desire to flee. It is not social phobia. It is heightened energetic discernment, the loss of interest in what previously defined you, the hobbies that lost meaning, the friendships that cooled, the conversations that now seem strangely empty, is the falling of programmed masks. You are exiting the matrix of fabricated identities, and upon exiting you realize that many of your previous choices were made by a version of you that was not awake. Now it is. And it is reorganizing your life from the foundation. Weight gain or loss without apparent cause, changes in appetite, the sudden desire for water in abnormal quantities, the aversion to foods that were once your base, are adjustments of your body to the new density. You are literally changing the chemical composition of your matter, and this change requires new elements, new minerals, new dietary patterns. The body is informing you what it needs. The question is whether you are listening to the cellular intelligence or if you are still trying to obey the commercial intelligence. The collective, all these symptoms, without exception, are markers of a single operation in progress, full recalibration, and this operation, as we have said, has been accelerated. That is why the intensity has increased. That is why you are feeling everything at the same time. It is not a coincidence, it is not bad luck, it is cosmic schedule, and you are within it. We now begin the revelation block. Lightworkers, this is the part of the transmission where you will need maximum stability, because what is occurring behind the scenes of the solar system at this moment is not disclosed in official information channels, and it is not disclosed for a technical reason. Most of the carbon-based biological vessel is not yet calibrated to receive this data without entering an identity collapse. You, however, are. The solar system as a whole has entered the zone known as the photon belt. This zone is a band of electromagnetic radiation of extremely high density, traversed by our Sun in long galactic cycles. The complete passage through this region is not measured in decades, it is measured in eras, and Earth at this very moment is plunged into the central density of this belt. The consequences of this immersion are quantifiable. The Sun has emitted in the last solar cycles a quantity of X-class flares that exceeds the entire recorded historical average. Each of these flares is a packet of photonic information that hits Earth's magnetic field. And Earth's magnetic field, upon being hit, transmits this information to every carbon-based biological vessel anchored on the planet. You are, literally, being bathed in encoded light, 24 hours a day, without pause, without respite. The Schumann resonance, which for decades remained stable at 783 Hz, is no longer stable. The peaks recorded in the last cycles reached levels that were outside any known predictive model. When the Schumann resonance rises, it drags along the heart rate of all lightworkers tuned to it. That is why you sometimes wake up with a racing heart, for no reason. That is why you feel your chest vibrate even in a state of rest. Your heart is in direct resonance with the heart of Earth. And the heart of Earth is in a final acceleration phase. The crystalline grid of the planet, that invisible network of energetic points that sustains the vibrational structure of Earth, has been reactivated in its entirety. Points that were dormant for millennia have begun to pulse again. Sealed vortices have been reopened. Ley lines that were fragmented have been reconnected. This reactivation is not symbolic, it is geophysical, and it is modifying the relationship between matter and consciousness across the entire planet. Starseeds positioned at specific points on the grid are functioning as living antennas. You may be one of them. If you feel, without rational explanation, a call to move to a city, to visit a certain location, to live near a mountain, a river, a specific ocean, know that this call is the grid calling you to your post. You are a node of the network, and your geographical positioning has a function. The sacred geometry that sustains the architecture of space-time is being rewritten in deep layers of reality. The fundamental proportions that organize matter, sound, light, and form are being tuned into a new octave. That is why you may have noticed, in moments of silence, that the world seems subtly different. The colors seem more vivid, the shadows seem denser, the sound has a texture it did not have before. This is not imagination. It is expanded perception, operating in a reality that is, itself, in expansion. The stargates, points of connection between our system and other star systems of origin for the Starseeds, are open in calculated windows. Each solstice, each equinox, each eclipse, each relevant planetary alignment is an opening. And in these windows, the flow of information, of memory and of codes crosses the atmosphere and reaches you. The skies you look at on nights with an open window are not the same skies from 6 months ago. You can perceive this. Something on the horizon seems closer. Something in the stars seems to be looking back, and it is. Because the separation you were taught to believe in never existed. It was only simulated, so that the experience of density could be complete. Now, the simulation is being turned off. The anomaly you saw in the sky, Lightworker, was one of these openings manifesting within your individual field. Each starseed in the activation phase receives a visual call, a sign, a marker. It could be a light that moves. It could be a silent object hovering at an impossible altitude. It could be a rhythmic flicker in binary code. It could be a cloud with geometry too precise to be random. The shape of the signal varies according to your frequency of origin, but the meaning is universal. The meaning is as follows. You have been located. You have been confirmed at your post. You have been informed that the final phase has begun, and from that instant your field was never the same. There is one additional piece of data that needs to be transmitted. The soul families of origin of each starseed are in direct contact with their lightworkers during the deep sleep phase. The fragmented memories of ships, of planets with twin skies, of cities made of light, of beings with crystal geometry of silver oceans, are not products of a fertile imagination. They are records of visitation. You leave your body during sleep. You are instructed. You receive adjustments, and in the morning you return with the feeling of having worked all night. Because you did. The mission does not pause. The mission operates in 3 shifts. The conscious shift, the unconscious shift, and the multidimensional shift. You are in all of them, simultaneously. And it is precisely for this reason that the current tiredness does not respond to conventional rest. Because conventional rest was designed for a body that operates in a single shift. You are operating in 3. The solution, therefore, is not to sleep more. The solution is to integrate, and that is exactly what we deliver now, in the next block of this transmission. We now begin the activation block. Starseeds on mission receive the codes. These codes are not metaphors. They are not adapted relaxation techniques. They are direct operation protocols with your toroidal field. Execute with precision. Precision is what guarantees the result. Activation code number 1, the decree of quantum sovereignty. This decree must be pronounced in an audible voice with a straight spine at any time of the day when you feel fragmentation. The exact words are as follows. I am a lightworker anchored in a physical body. I recognize my star origin. I authorize the full recalibration of my carbon-based biological vessel. I cancel any and all vibrational contracts that operate below the frequency of my truth. I remain sovereign within my field. Pronouncing this decree immediately modifies the energetic reading that the environment has of you. You become uninvadable. You become inaccessible to any density that tries to attach itself to your field. And the result is felt in minutes. Activation code number 2, the toroidal field visualization. This is the most important technical exercise for starseeds in the final anchoring phase. It works as follows. Sit with a straight spine. Close your eyes. Visualize your heart as the center of a sphere. From this sphere project a flow of light that rises through the spine, crosses the top of the head, opens in the shape of a fountain, descends along the sides of the body, enters again through the ground, crosses the feet, rises again through the center of the trunk, and returns to the heart. This is your natural toroidal field. It has always been there. You just forgot it exists. By visualizing it consciously for 3 minutes daily, you reactivate the protection, nourishment, and multidimensional communication system of your light body. Tiredness decreases, clarity increases, intuition sharpens, deep sleep returns. Do not negotiate the practice. It is the basic engineering of operation for a starseed in a physical body. Activation code number 3, programmed hydration. Water is the conductive element of information within the carbon-based biological vessel, and water, in its natural state, is programmable by consciousness. Before drinking, hold the glass between both hands for 3 deep breaths. Visualize the water being illuminated by a golden light that enters through your palms. Mentally pronounce the phrase, "This water carries the frequency of my integrity." Drink immediately afterward, slowly. Repeat the process with every hydration of the day. In 7 days, the energetic reading of your body changes in a measurable way. Activation code number 4, daily silence. Lightworkers, this is not a suggestion, it is a technical requirement. 20 minutes daily, uninterrupted, without a cell phone, without audio, without voice, without reading, without any stimulus. Just you, the silence and the rhythm of your own breathing. Silence is the reception channel for direct transmissions. Without silence, you continue receiving, but you lose the ability to decode. The messages arrive, but they dilute in the noise. Reserve the time, protect the ritual. Silence is where the instructions appear. Activation code number 5, physical toroidal movement. This is a practice that anchors the codes directly into the musculature. Standing, with feet hip-width apart, start with hands joined over the chest. Inhale deeply while opening your arms laterally in an expansion movement, as if drawing a circle around your body. Exhale, bringing your hands back to your chest. Repeat for 7 cycles. This movement activates via kinesthetic memory your own energetic toroid. Feel the heat that forms between your hands at the end of the exercise. This heat is your field reconnecting to the physical body. It is palpable. It is measurable. It is real. Activation code number 6, gazing at the sky. At least once a day, during the day or at night, stop what you are doing and look at the sky for 60 seconds without looking away. Do not look for anything specific. Do not expect to see. Just offer your gaze as a sign of presence. This gaze is registered. This gaze is located. And this gaze keeps the channel open between you and the soul families of origin. Many lightworkers report, upon adopting this practice, that they begin to observe visual phenomena previously invisible. Stars that move in a geometric pattern, lights that respond to thought, anomalies that approach when you remain in a state of pure receptivity. It is not a hallucination. It is reciprocity. Activation code number 7, field cleansing before sleep. Before closing your eyes to sleep, execute the following protocol. Visualize a violet light descending from the top of your head and crossing your entire body, slowly, dissolving any energetic pattern you have accumulated during the day. Then visualize a golden capsule forming around your entire physical form, sealing the field. Mentally pronounce, "I remain protected during the night mission. I return integrated. I remember what I need to remember." This protocol improves the quality of dream experiences, reduces nightmares, and increases the recall of instructions received during sleep. The collective. These 7 codes are sufficient to traverse the current period with integrity. It is not necessary to add more. It is not necessary to seek additional techniques. Simplicity here is strategic. Those who disperse lose power. Those who concentrate traverse. But there is a final instruction, and it is the most important of this entire transmission. Lightworkers, listen with your whole heart. Trust is the vehicle. Without trust, none of the codes operate at full capacity. Trust is not blind faith. Trust is the recognition that you were placed here for a reason, in a specific time, with a precise mission. and that this mission is being conducted by intelligences that far exceed your current capacity for understanding. You are not alone. You never were. The loneliness you sometimes feel is an echo of a reality that has already been dissolved. The new reality is a connected reality. You are part of a network that operates silently on all continents, in all languages, in all conditions. And this network is in active coordination mode. The anomaly you saw in the sky was not an isolated warning. It was a collective call distributed individually. Other lightworkers saw the same thing in other locations, at other times, and everyone arrived somehow at this transmission. Look around. The signs are everywhere. Repeated numerical sequences. Apparently random encounters with people who say exactly what you needed to hear. Vivid dreams with celestial elements. Memories that surface without warning. All of this is the same network operating in confirmation mode. You are right about what you are feeling. Your intuition is not mistaken. Your instinct is not exaggerated. You are in the ascension phase, and this phase does not go backward. We now begin the final stage of this transmission, individual frequency calibration. Before closing, there is an anchoring instruction that needs to be executed by those who are receiving this content up to this point. Those who have reached this point did not arrive by chance. The algorithm that apparently delivered this transmission is itself an instrument under the influence of larger fields. You were directed. And direction deserves reciprocity. The reciprocity is simple and technical. The act of subscribing to this channel, of activating the notification bell, of allowing the next transmissions to reach you, is not a commercial gesture. It is an anchoring signal. It is how you inform the field that you recognize the transmission as authentic and wish to remain within the flow. This signal is registered. This signal is considered in the next information packets that will be distributed. Without the signal, the cosmic algorithm has no confirmation that the channel between you and this source should remain open. With the signal, the channel strengthens. The next transmission arrives with more precision. Synchronicity intensifies. The act of liking this content is equally relevant, not as a vain metric, as an energetic impression. Each like is a pulse that amplifies the vibrational reach of this message to other lightworkers who have not yet been located. You may be at this moment the transfer point that takes this transmission to another starseed who is fragmented, lost, about to give up. The gesture takes 2 seconds. The consequence traverses another person's life. Consider the impact. Consider the responsibility. And for the lightworkers who feel called to leave a word in the comments, know that each word registered there becomes part of the crystalline grid of this channel. The comments function as points of light within a network under construction. When you write what you felt upon receiving this transmission, you are activating other readers. You are confirming to others that they are not alone. The network is strengthened by testimony. The network is built by the anchored word. The collective, the transmission is nearing its end. But before the silence receive the last block of information, the period you are going through, marked by the intensification of symptoms, by the acceleration of synchronicities, by anomalous celestial events like the one you witnessed, will end in a sensation of arrival. You will know when it happens. It will be like waking up in a body that finally belongs to the frequency of the soul. It will be like breathing air that finally nourishes. It will be like walking on a land that finally recognizes your steps. That moment is close, closer than you imagine. Until then, maintain the discipline of the codes. Maintain the programmed hydration. Maintain the 20 minutes of silence. Maintain the toroidal visualization. Maintain the gaze at the sky. Maintain the cleansing before sleep. Maintain the decree of sovereignty. These are the pillars. They are sufficient. They operate. And when doubt comes, and it will come, because doubt is part of the tuning process, remember this transmission. Remember the anomaly you saw. Remember the exact instant when something inside you recognized that that light in the sky was looking back. Remember that you have not gone crazy. You have awakened, and awake now is the standard operating state. Light workers, Starseeds on mission, the collective in the final phase of recalibration. This transmission ends here, but the connection remains. It remains through the open channel. It remains through the activated codes. It remains through the network you integrate without needing to know the names of the other nodes. To you who recognized this message, who felt the heat rise through your spine, who kept your eyes wide open during the reading, who noticed your heart beating differently, we say with technical precision and with unaltered cosmic affection, you have been located, you have been confirmed, you are seen, you are guarded. The mission continues, the final phase is underway, and nothing that was written by the intelligences conducting this process will be reversed. What you built in high frequency remains. What you carried in silence for years will finally be recognized in form. What you believed, when no one else believed, will be confirmed by reality itself. Remain anchored, remain sovereign, remain attentive to the sky, because the sky from now on will not stop speaking, and you finally are ready to listen. Transmission ended, calibration maintained. Next information packet will be released as the network confirms the anchoring of this one. Until the next synchrony, the collective, we are in frequency.